And in case you didn't know, that translates more or less to "a lion is coming, father" in Zulu. Funny, I always thought it was Swahili. I just wanted to get it out of the way because it's been 20 years since that's been roaming around in my head. See, my sister was about as obsessed with The Lion King as I was with Mortal Kombat, so I know the movie inside out. And the music as well. If you're young enough not to remember, Hakuna Matata was the guilty pleasure everyone was always humming throughout '94. So annoying. And now our feature presentation. The Lion King, Super Nintendo, action platformer. Sigh. Here's the deal. This is an interesting game because it's hard, but fair. You may or may not have watched my Bubsy 2 video, but if you did, you know that I hate 2D action platformers if they're in the slightest unforgiving when it comes to controls. But The Lion King, despite what might have been said out there, is not that bad. When I was 12, I managed to reach the 8th level. How did I pull it off, but wasn't able to beat level 2 now as a grown-up? I'll never know. Well, we gotta remember that as kids, we have tons of free time. As adults, not so much. So we grow frustrated with the amount of time we might have to put in a game in order to advance. But that doesn't necessarily make it bad. In fact, I'll walk you through the levels in another video. So I go to the options and I waste no time and set it to easy. My first recommendation, even though you're likely to beat level 1 on the first try without dying, play it over and over again until you're comfortable controlling Simba. Because you'll rage quit when you go into level 2 without plenty of practice. You need to know handling, jumping, climbing, rolling, timing your roaring. All of that comes into effect. Level 2 is a problem because the difficulty gap skyrockets. No other level is going to test your jumping from platform to platform so harshly. And I have no shame in saying that I died over and over again when I first reached this level. And to test you so dearly at the beginning of the game is really cruel, but it's all practice. Level 3 is perhaps a bit mellower. 4 is completely different and although easier, can be frustrating. 5 is complicated because you have to time everything you do with the sound effect of the rock being thrown at you. And that happens every 4 or 5 seconds. Level 6. Okay, level 6 is special because it's Hakuna Matata, and I'll say this. The waterfall takes practice. Let me say that again. Practice. Put in the time and guts to jump around the logs. There's a catch to it, and once you get it, you'll make it in less than a minute. See the upcoming walkthrough video for this. Level 7 is the first adult Simba level. It's fairly easy, although he feels a little more sluggish than the prepubescent Simba. Here, I suggest you get used to these new controls, like slashing and the pouncing button mashing strategy. The latter makes the fighting super easy. You can also throw. Level 8 is the never-before-seen lava level, and the licensed game was being so nice and faithful. I admit this is the level that scared me the most, especially in the platform part. When I was a kid, this is where I quit. I always died from the rolling boulder. Now, I don't know why. I made it through, but I got stuck at the boss, the Lava Geysers. It's easier than it seems, but it took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure it out. Level 9 is easy but tedious, because every time you want to go into a cave opening, you have to kill off all hyenas on screen. Doesn't sound bad, but if you hit a dead end, they respawn, so you have to do it all over again when you go back. Eventually though, you'll get there. Then level 10. It's totally anticlimactic. Scar is really easy using the pounce button mash technique, and by this point, you have the swinging and jumping mastered. To kill Scar, just throw him off the ledge when he starts panting. Now I have to say, although it was painful to finish the game, and it took about 10 hours of gameplay, it's fun and I recommend it. The music is ultra catchy, but this I'm sure you might already know. Graphically it's great, never a boring level, except maybe the hyena caves. The bonus stages are pretty neat too, playing as Timon and Pumbaa, although it could have been cool to do so in the main level. Even Nala would have been awesome. So I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10. It'll piss you off and the pacing is crazy weird, with easy, hard levels. It's not that difficult to master despite it having sometimes counterintuitive controls. But still, it was a good experience. So there you have it, The Lion King. I hope you enjoyed it, or this will have been in vain. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, and the channel is now on Patreon. You can show support for better production, varied content, and a Twitch live gameplay. Also, you get to vote on what I should play next, and maybe I'll work in a couple of walkthroughs, if that's your thing. See ya!
Everything the light touches is our kingdom.